Hey, fishers! We've got heaps of reports flowed in, and a lot of information is what I've been chasing more so than anything else about conditions in different areas. We're still getting good reports from Dart. The pondage below Dart's producing a few nice fish too, off the bank with bait, obviously, because you can't put a boat in on there. The Vic streams are all starting to settle a bit, starting to look promising. Middle River's still a bit high, but all the other streams are starting to look like they're quite fishable now. Still a lot of redfin out of the Hume Weir, but a little bit patchy compared to what it has been. You've got to look around a lot harder than what you have done. Yellows are still moving pretty well, so happy with that. Still the occasional cod coming out, that sort of thing. Looks pretty darn good. The weekend gone, Moala fished reasonably well. Still a fair bit of colour in the lake. Trolling up in the shallows with spinnerbaits has been one of the most consistent methods. There was a couple of bigger fish caught in the deeper water, but up in the shallows seems to be good. Up around Bundalong, up in near where the ovens comes in that area, there was a few good fish caught as well. But down around Kiffins is one of the best areas as far as numbers of fish. Not lots of big fish, but some smallish fish. So it looks all right. Murrumbidgee River, it's looking fantastic at the moment. Still a little bit on the harder side to get your boats and that in. Access to the river's a little bit tough, but where you can get in, you'll catch fish without too much trouble at all. Everyone fished from last weekend up until we're talking about it now. Most people caught fish, a few good cod moving, some nice legal size fish for that matter. The river's changed a lot, hell of a lot over the last flood season, so to speak. Even down below Berrenbed Weir looks totally different to what it used to. So have a drive round, have a look around, get yourself familiar with the whole scene again. It looks really good. Lake Albert, fantastic, a lot of fish coming out of there. Most people are catching their fair share, so we're happy with that. Lures or bait, it doesn't seem to matter a great deal. By the way, the river bait fishing is definitely the way to go. It's clear enough, almost clear enough to spin now, and I reckon you'll get a few on lures, but we'll see how that one goes. Chermit River, good, plenty of trout coming out of the Chermit River. Lure bait, fly fishermen are doing a bit hard, but it should do okay on fly. If you get in one of those drift boats and drift down the river, fly fishing would be fantastic. I'd recommend that strongly. It's good. Blowering Dam, getting some pretty reasonable reports out of Blowering. Still getting some good cod off the bank with bait. Bobbing quite a few yellowbelly around that sort of log bridge, dam wall area with little yabbies or medium-sized yabbies, getting some real nice yellows. Trolling a few up in Yellowin Bay still. And there's three little bays just before you get into Yellowin. They're trolling a few nice yellows up in that area. I'd also look for the redfin up around those clay banks up there at the Oldie area. I think you'll find you'll do all right up there as well. It looks pretty promising. Talbingo Dam, oh yeah, real pleased with that. It's had a few quieter days, but still very, very good. Plenty of trout coming out of it. A few reddies, whether it be Talbingo or Sioux City End, it doesn't really matter all that much, so it's pretty consistent. Yucca it's been good. Was a little bit quieter on the weekend, and I think you're going to find now that you're going to get, depending on weather patterns come through, you're going to get some bad days, some good days, but constantly we're really happy with it. Off the bank with worms is the best way to go. Scrub worms in particular, plenty of nice quality trout doing that. Trolling, yeah, pretty good. You get the odd quiet day on the troll, but most of them are okay, so look at that. Jindabyne, pretty good. Tentangra, very good. A lot of smallish fish out of there. Getting across to Burrinjuck, we're getting reports of it starting to really pick up a bit now. Getting some nice yellows, a lot of redfin. It's looking real promising at the moment. Haven't heard of too many cod yet, but not to say there hasn't been any caught, I just haven't heard of many. But we're getting plenty of reports of yellows starting to move. It's looking real promising. Trolling with the old spoons with the worm behind does the job exceptionally well, the Burrinjuck Special we call it. So it's looking real promising at the moment. We're getting good reports from Burrendong. It's absolutely cracking. It just seems to have fired up. Yellows everywhere and quite a few redfin. So it looks real good. Windermere is starting to fire up again. Running hot, I can tell you now. It's looking great. Yellows and silvers. Wangler, bit disappointing. very dirty at the moment. A lot of algae, blue-green algae. Well, I assume it's blue-green, but there's a lot of green around there. It's not doing all that well at the moment. So as you can see, we've spoken about it before, all these dams go through cycles, and we've just got to put in the time. We've got plenty of activity around us, and hopefully in the next week or two I'll give you some good saltwater reports too. This is the Compleat English Fishery Report for this week. We'll catch you next week.